Primitive Life, a novel by Louise Richardson. Chapter 7, Trials and Tribulations, Part 2. That afternoon, Leah Pollock caught attorney Libby Jakes outside the Galveston County Courthouse. Tentatively, she called out to her, "Mrs. Jakes?" "Yes," answered Libby, turning to meet her. "I hope it's not too late." "Too late for what?" "I think I've figured out something about the murder of Dr. Nordstrom. Something I don't think came up in the trial yet." "Well, tell me if you think it's important." "We are set to begin the defense case tomorrow." "My name is Leah Pollock, by the way." "You were there on the beach that night. I remember reading your interview in the police report. Why didn't you come forward before now?" "I didn't figure it out until now. I'm still not sure what it means." "Listen, I have to meet with my client in less than an hour. There's a waffle shop near here. Let's talk there." "Fine." In the waffle shop, Leah blew into her coffee and nibbled the house salad while collecting her thoughts. "So," asked Libby Jakes, "what did you figure out?" "I don't really know, but I think it's important." "Well, tell me." "It has something to do with the time of the murder. You probably know just about everybody said it happened early in the morning, past midnight anyway." "I know, but the police are certain it was 10 o'clock. 10:04, Leah corrects her. "Yes, to be exact." "That's what it said in the newspaper. And then there was the thing about the need area, which no one can explain." "Where are you going with this?" "Mrs. Jakes, it finally dawned on me that maybe 10:04 didn't mean the time of day or night, especially when followed by need area." "I don't follow." "You wouldn't unless you knew something about biology and the different phyla. Phyla are major groupings of plants and animals. There is a phylum called Ctenophora and a related phylum called Cnidaria." "Cnidaria, really?" "Yes, but it's spelled Cnidaria. And 10:04? It's the related phylum. An individual of the phylum Ctenophora is a ctenophore. You know, spelled Ctenophore. So what do you think this all means?" "That's what I can't figure out, but it sounded like Dr. Nordstrom was talking about the jellies and comb jellies for his book." "Jellies?" "Jellyfish are the ctenophores, and combed jellyfish are the Cnidaria. That's it, pretty much." "Wait a minute. It did strike me as funny that Dr. Nordstrom's dictation was only garbled near the end. It was 10:04, then the tape was maybe erased for a while, and then some words and need area. What if someone erased it on purpose? Maybe that wasn't the end of his recording. Someone erased, then played a few words, then erased the rest." "Sounds logical. I wish I knew what he said after that." "Me too. Maybe the killer's voice was on that tape." "I need to ask the judge for a continuance. Thank you." "I hope I've been some help. I don't think Mrs. Sharp was capable of such a thing." "Then why did she confess?" "It's not going to be easy to answer that when the judge asks me, but I'll think of something. There may be something in the forensics." "I hope it's not too late." "So do I. Anyway, you may have given us something to appeal the ruling with, if it comes to that." I need to look over the files again before court." "Thanks. This information may just make a difference. Sorry I have to leave so soon. I really appreciate your coming forward." Libby Jakes took a wad of small bills from her purse, dropped them on the table before Leah, sipped one small sip of coffee, and exited the donut shop briskly into a breezy coastal evening. One summer in the Great Rift Valley of Africa, when Gray Mama of the walking chimps was Tall One of the common chimps, she and her new mama knelt to sip from the far river, now a trickle, just a wildebeest's length wide. It was the same river from which she had been rescued as tender baby, perhaps 20 summers past. New Mama had grown gray in her dedication to her adopted daughter. Lacking the power of speech, she could not have conveyed the loss of her newborn twins just days before the adoption and the flood. Tallwyn would never know why New Mama was so devoted to her. She did know that she had needed a mother most when New Mama found her. First Mama, Tallwyn's birth mother, had perished in the great flood along with her only brother. This was the first time Tallwyn had ventured so far east since her infancy. The troops foraging had ranged all over the forests, and now they sought what little water remained after almost a year of drought. There was only one pool to be found in this part of the river, and the 4 tusked elephants had taken it over for the afternoon, swimming in it, splashing in it, sucking it up in their trunks, and spraying it into their mouths past their short, straight lower tusks. New Mama and Tallwyn kept their distance. The trickle of river was more than enough for them, sipping just a few paces downstream. Tallwyn closed her eyes and took in the cool water, confident the males of the knuckle walkers were on guard for any danger. When she opened her eyes, she was face to face with an elder. It struck her that the female chimp she saw was not a member of the community, but that she was not exactly a stranger. Those kind eyes, now heavier with age, were so familiar. Tallwyn stood slowly, and the elder across the trickle stood with her. Their eyes locked in a mutual quest for recognition. The elder held out her hand over the trickle to Tallwyn, who met it with her own. Their fingertips touched, and they both knew in that instant who they were greeting. Tallwyn noticed the elder was still standing, though a bit slouched, and then suddenly bounded into the stream and hooted. Tallwyn held out her other arm and leaped into the stream to embrace the elder. It was Auntie, her birth mother's sister. There was a gentle hand on Tallwyn's shoulder. New Mama stood and tugged her, and she stepped back from Auntie. The 2 older females regarded each other, New Mama squatting of necessity, and Auntie standing her ground, not with hostility, but rather with curiosity. Tallwyn looked from one to the other and back again. Auntie relinquished her grip. The eyes of the old ones met, each trying to read what to do in the other. From behind New Mama, rough hoots and screams galloped into the awareness of the 3. It was 6 males of the knuckle walkers with their war faces on and their canine teeth bared for combat. Auntie began to pull away, but gripped Tallwyn to come with her. The angry horde of males was within a few strides when some walking chimp males approached the river atop the mound on the other side. New Mama caught the eyes of Tallwyn and Auntie, turned to the charging males behind her, glanced at the standing males gripping sticks and rocks up the hill, saw crouchers behind and standers ahead, and pushed Tall One over the trickle and toward Auntie. The two old ones made eye contact once more, and understanding seemed to pass between them. Auntie escorted Tall One uphill, while New Mama screamed at her males, who staggered to a collective halt just short of the river, with Groomer, the nearest male, palming her roughly on her head. Tall One's sad eyes caught New Mama's. That was their goodbye, punctuated only by a warning grunt from one of the walking males from the mound overlooking the river. End of Part 2. Chapter 7, Trials and Tribulations, Primitive Life, a novel by Louise Richardson.